Hey!
Oh,
A, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W,
Here we go.
X, Y, Z.
Here we go. And here we go.
And we're linked.
And we're on. Perfect.
Welcome to Daddio Patio, everybody. Tonight's topic, monsters. What kind of monsters you got?
What terrifies you at night or during your busy day-to-day life of doing whatever you have to do?
It could be a real monster in your basement. It could be a monster of your mind. It could be, it could be anything.
Potential monsters?
Yeah. And also,
potential monsters, yeah, good call.
Potential monsters.
We're joined by Mr. Ryan Longhibbler here.
Trap Daddy 500.
Trap
Hello,
Daddy 500.
everybody.
Trap Daddy 500 himself.
in the flesh.
Oh,
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Make me smile once in a while.
Jinx, double jinx, buy him a soda. All right.
Dude, I remember as a kid, and still today a little bit, a monster that always terrified me was King Ghidorah from Godzilla. If you don't know who King Ghidorah is, he's a three-headed Hydra with wings, no arms, and he's fucking pure terrifying. But
I think he looks sick.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's beautifully disturbing. But
I want to know what is he the king of?
they're all king. They're Godzilla's the king of the monsters, and they're all
But what's the King Ghidorah like?
Dude, I'd say the most terrifying thing is kill him, and then some alien race is let's strap him with a bunch of metal and robotics and bring him back to life.
I saw that.
That's fucking terrifying.
I think it's the middle head they replace with a robot head or something. They do the same thing with Godzilla. They make him into a robot.
Yeah,
robotic Godzilla. I forget what his name is though.
I think it's just Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, some shit.
Gotta
like that.
refresh on our Godzilla.
Yeah, man. But yeah, as far as monsters go, I was always what the fuck is that sound?
I'm getting news flashes on my phone. I got
Can you turn that silly shit off?
yeah.
What the,
Vibrate.
what the fuck do you think you are?
Danelle is blowing me up.
No, that's the newsroom. That's Channel 5 on you.
So anyway, so what kind of monsters did you guys believe in when you were a kid? I guess,
Dude, when I was a little kid, we used to tape stuff off of HBO, and my parents taped Little Monsters, that movie with Howie Mandel and Fred Savage, onto a tape, and I made my mom put it in every day, so I watched Howie Mandel and Fred Savage go terrorize the neighborhood every day. That movie's so awesome, dude. And that's
Andy, tell them about your wall painting.
Yeah, I painted the cover of it is Maurice, which is the monster that Howie Mandel plays, and he looks like a blue demon with horns sticking out, and he has a mohawk and a leather jacket and sharp yellow teeth, and I painted a picture of him enormous above my bed at the Wizard Tower, and when we were moving out, we painted over it, but we only painted one layer, so it was even scarier than if we would have just left it the way it was, because you could just see the silhouette of a demon oozing through the white wall. Lance, you were there when you had to inspect the when they had to come.
Well, not only was I the one who had to show her, I'm the one who had to paint over it because you guys weren't there.
Wait.
I just paint over with freaking Crayola paint and dude, it bled through immediately.
We also have to bring up something awful that happened. So I was leaving that day for New York. It was my last day in St. Louis, and I went up to the old telepathy room, which is where we sung all those songs. And since nobody was there and the whole house was empty, my ex-girlfriend and I had sex there, and so there was a condom that I threw away in the trash, and it was filled with goo. It was disgusting. And somehow when I took the trash can out, it fell out of the trash can into the middle of the carpet. And so Lance came in to bring the lady to inspect the place, and there's a freshly used condom full of my goo on the ground, and Lance had to pick it up and throw it away.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking with 10 paper towels, dude. It was. I swear to God, man, it was in the dead center of the room. Everything else was crisp. We just got the carpets professionally cleaned. The walls were all magic markered and all the shit. But then in the very center of the room, a centerpiece was a used condom. I'm about to bring the fucking lady in there to show her the place, and dude, I remember the exact text that I sent you, man. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" That's what I said to you. And you're like, "What?" I'm like, there's a fucking used condom in the middle of the carpet. Like,
Dude,
I was pissed.
just so you know,
Dude,
like,
I've been so bummed on that too, man.
I still feel bad about that, but that was a complete accident. Like, I obviously threw it away. It just fell out when I was taking the trash out. Like, I would have
right
just
in the middle of the room.
like,
Dude,
there's no way I
Andy.
would have just left it in the center of the room. Like, that's just
Dude,
ridiculous.
Andy, you remember when you lived with me and you like throw them under the bed and like one of them turned orange? It was there for like so long.
Oh, dude, did I do that? I didn't know that I
Yeah.
did that. I'm sorry,
no,
man.
we paid. I mean, you got most of them, but there was like one that like lodged itself like in the middle of like the carpet and the baseboard. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It was like completely orange.
How do you know it
Speaking
wasn't
of
you?
orange semen.
Wait. This is bullshit.
I didn't.
Hold on.
I didn't.
This is another thing we should bring up. Peaches and I used to live together, but we lived together in this one-bedroom apartment, but there was only one bedroom and one bed, so it was just like whoever was alone would just sleep on the couch like that night. So like,
Right.
so Peaches banged girls in that bed all the time, and so did I, so there's no way, like that was like both of our beds
That's what
for
I'm
like
saying.
months, dude.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. There's no way it was you or me. Well, it was one of us, but
well, I'm just saying,
Wait, one
I'll
of the
accept.
condoms turned orange.
I'll
It was
accept
so sick.
50% probability that it was mine, but I mean, like you lived there for
Oh, yeah.
longer, so I mean.
Oh
But I
yeah,
don't know.
oh yeah. It could totally be mine, but
But
or it
dude,
could've
that
been both
setup
of
was
ours.
that setup was hilarious. Peaches, living with you was so fun because all we did was stay super high and play Dead Space all the time and just like listen to
Oh
rap.
my god, I get terrified, man. Remember the first time we played like Dead Space, man. I'll never forget this day. It was like a rainy St. Louis day, and we went to like Schnucks and like bought so much fucking like Morningstar, which is like a vegetarian fake like meat. And we had like chicken, like spicy chicken nuggets. We had like burgers. We had black bean burgers
With
mushroom
that
burgers. We had
buttermilk-
all this.
Dude, that Buttermilk
Oh.
Ranch Hidden Valley
Dude, that Hidden Valley buttermilk ranch.
and the black bean burgers.
Oh my god.
But dude,
We just got super fucking high and like we're terrified out of our goddamn minds and like the pitch black
This-
on like an old tube TV.
Dude, yeah.
dude,
that
this
game-
looped
that game's so good.
back around to Monsters, man. That game was scary as shit, and we were just
Oh
playing
my
in the
God.
I
dark.
was about to say Dead Space was
Hey,
fucked.
this summer, dude, we got to beat the second one. We like started the journey, but we never.
There's a third one now too. You guys are way behind.
Whoa,
Damn, dude,
hey, we're-
Peaches, we got a lot to
we're-
do, man.
Dude, God, man, this is gonna be a busy summer, man. We gotta take space
We gotta
back
take
to the
Dead
spaceman.
Space.
Yeah, we gotta make that space alive again.
Well,
You gotta revive
I'd
it.
like to take this opportunity to apologize to both my former roommates for having to pick up wiener gloves after me because I didn't mean to do that to you guys. So,
Do not.
but
do
Peaches,
not
I don't know that
apologize,
you can
man.
incriminate me because I don't know that was me. But
Oh no, I would
If it
totally
was.
not. I totally would not. It was a joint like
Yeah, I feel like since it was
You
like
used
it was
it, and
like
I
Peach's
put-
place, so he probably takes care of it a little bit better than you. So like you're like kind of like the subleaser, so you're just a little less careful.
dude, it could have been both of ours. Like who knew?
Would
Yeah,
you really
Peaches
do
and
that in
I
your own
used
house,
to-
though? Like just throw it under your bed.
When I
do
was
it every
living
day.
with my parents, when I was living with my parents, I did it all the time. I had like stockpile before I moved out of just like
Jesus.
dirty,
Dude.
unused. And thank God my mom does not listen to this.
Oh my
because she
God.
would be very disappointed.
yeah, dude.
Dude,
speaking of
seriously,
moms,
like
speaking of moms finding condoms, when I was younger, like in high school, I used to I'd use them and then I'd hide them in old soda cans, and somehow my mom I guess she suspected that there was one in there, and she sawed it open with a kitchen knife and found out, and she had this
No
talk with me, and
way.
she was like, "Are you having sex with these girls that come over?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you know, you found that." I should have just been like, "No, I
jerking
jerk
off
off."
in them,
Yeah, I just jerk off in them. It feels better. But yeah, dude, I don't know. And then I got in,
That is terrible.
yeah, I got in trouble, and yeah, I don't know.
no.
But it actually totally worked out in my favor because then she told her parents or whatever that we were just so they were aware of what was going on, which I think is she should have. But so her parents put her.
It's a smart move.
Her parents put her on the pill, so then I was just I didn't have to use them anymore, and it was awesome. So I got a lot of time not using those things, and it was a good thing.
Dude,
So it turned out to
speaking
be a
of,
good thing.
Parents and sex, when so how my mom found out that I was having sex with bitches, she walked in on me and was very
That happened to me.
disappointed.
That happened to me as
The-
well. It was fucked
The
up.
next day, my dad walked in on me, and then so we me and the girl I was dating at the time, we decided it's okay, well we'll tell your her mom too, you just get it all out in the open, and she was totally cool with it. So I don't know, I guess a week or two goes by, and then I've got this bitch butt naked, and I'm eating her out, and then her mom comes in, and she throws the cover on it, and I'm fully dressed, so I sit there, and her mom is expressing how much she loves me and how much she loves us together, while I have, like, just a mouth and face full of, like, pussy juice, and just, like, kisses me on the cheek, and it was just like,
No.
yeah, it was.
Oh no.
It was one of those moments that I just like terrified looked at like this girl, and I was like,
That's very creepy. That like
dude, that's
that took
actually
place.
awesome.
God, yeah, it was.
She she ended up kissing you on the cheek after seeing you do like, dude.
No, she didn't see us. Like, she walked
I
in
thought she
before.
knew. And
Like,
then I'm
we heard a knock on the door, and then we just threw the covers on her, and I was still fully clothed, and I backed up and just sat on the bed. So it just looked like she was getting ready for bed, and I was gonna say goodbye. But really, I was fucking having a midnight feast.
My dad and my
God.
mom walked in me on the same session, and my mom walked in, and she like didn't know what to do. She like opened the door fast, and she was like, "Oh," and then closed the door. But my dad did the same thing, but before he did that, it was kind of like a secret high five, just like get it, and then it was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna close the door now." But my ex-girlfriend like stayed the night in my house, and my mom was like, just kind of like, I don't know, like weird about it. And I got up in the morning, and like my mom, like I share a closet with her, so she was like checking out her clothes and shit, and there was blood all over my bed, not from like a period, but I like made her bleed. And she was like,
Damn.
she was like, that wasn't there last night, and like I didn't know what to say. I was just like, I fell. I literally just go, I fell, and she's like,
Dude.
oh, okay.
There's no way she believed
And
that. That's like the
walks
oldest
out.
excuse
Yeah,
in the
well,
book.
yeah, but
I
mean,
know,
like,
there's no way.
Yeah, but like skateboarding, like you have like weird blood in your bed.
Yeah,
all
but
the
you don't
time.
say. That's not how you like describe it. You don't just say I fell. You
I
say, like,
know. I
slipped
would
on my
just, I would
skateboard
totally
or
be
something
like, I would tell like a whole story to my mom. But
I fell and I
I
fell.
God, this episode got filthy so quickly, man. Like how many minutes are we in?
What was even the
we are-
dude? It was if you want to follow the
We're about 10
tangent,
minutes
it was Maurice from Little Monsters painted on your wall. We painted over that, and the condom was in the middle of the room. Dude, that's how these things happen, man.
Well, but see, we can relate this back to
Rabbit
monsters
holes.
because this is a big monster, like of dealing with your parents finding out that you're fucking bitches in their household.
That's the monster.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what you get. I mean, I don't know. I guess you got to do that though. I mean, you're not gonna. I don't know. Your biology tells you to do it, so you just follow what it's telling you. I guess I don't know.
That's kind of weird. I mean,
Dude,
like it's kind of weird that like, I mean, parents are like always going to be weird against that. Like they're like they know what happens, but they just kind of like trick themselves that like it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like
Yeah.
they know what happened, but they're mad at you about it. Like it's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, like, but I don't know.
But
I
it-
never
it-
understood- my mom got so upset. Like, I never
Is it because
understood
like
why.
is it because like your innocence or like you're innocent to your parents, or they don't want to see you doing that? Like, what is it like that like makes parents like
Are
so
they
upset about it?
disrespected in their house?
That,
Like,
yeah.
they should be grateful that it's not like behind a dirty dumpster.
This is why I'm
on the
here.
east side, you know?
Yeah.
all right, this is the
Yeah,
weirdest fucking story, but I was delivering on Pickleman's earlier. You know the Planned Parenthood up on Forest Park.
Yeah.
I'm walking out after my
Of course,
delivery,
Peaches knows about. He's been there
and
like
these
20
guys,
times.
this
I'm a regular.
I don't know, dude is helping his girlfriend or something like that. He's like carrying her back to the car, and she was kind of limp. And I was just, like, they were like, "Oh, how you doing today?" And I was like, "Pretty good. How about yourselves?" And they both like looked me in the eyes, and I could just like totally tell they got an abortion. And it was like the most fucked up thing. They didn't say anything. They were just kind of like. I was just like, well, I mean, I'm gonna ask you how you're doing if you ask me how you like. I just didn't say anything. I was just like, I'm gonna just go back. To
He was
bed.
like,
It's
"Can
fucked
I give you a?"
up. It was just
you
weird.
a
I've
beer?
just never been to a Planned
Dude,
Parenthood.
Vice just did this article about how like an abortion affects like the male mind as well. And it's like it's not on par.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like it's like close to, but not as severe as like the woman that does it.
Well, the whole thing,
Yeah.
the whole thing is like, I mean, you do that because you're not like ready, or you like, you don't have the needs to take care of the kid, or whatever your reason is. Like, but like, in your like your instinct is to actually have that kid no matter what, and to protect that kid no matter what. And
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
when you do that, and when you take
That's
away
what-
the potential, like, there's going to be
Yeah.
some type of like repercussion in like your mind, whether you.
Well, yeah, because your body for millions of years has become like accustomed to that. Even like the dumbest insects and everything, they strive to reproduce. I mean, even plants, all life does. that. That's
Every single part of you, including your eyes, your nose, your lips, your fingers, being able to like everything like leads to being able to help you to survive and reproduce. And when you go against that drive, there's always going to be something lingering. But
Sweet, baby.
Yeah.
dude, I'm
Especially,
still
dude,
fiddling
like-
around with this damn snail shell.
Hey, I've been playing with this cocaine matter on your table.
That's my protein powder. I snort it every day.
I've been
What is it?
Protein powder.
you
I don't
snort
know,
protein
for those
powder.
that don't see us record Daddio Patio, we play with a lot of we do a lot of things.
We
with
fiddle,
our
you know.
hands
We're fiddlers.
Fiddle.
the entire time. We
I've
should
been
actually
drawing
get
on
like
my
a
beard.
wood and some knife, like a knife, and just like start carving stuff.
Dude, we could like have like we could sell like things that we make on
Oh
Daddio Patio.
my God. Secretly,
Yeah.
like
You know-
there's a Hulk figurine that almost everybody touches every single time.
I got a little story about
Guys.
this. A couple weeks ago, I was
You
really
guys are
drunk. What?
wait. I was just gonna say, like, you guys are fiddling with toys on the table, and I'm in the dark and only gym shorts in my bed, peeling skin off of the bottom of my foot, which is so gross. I didn't realize I was doing that until you said that. But anyway,
Dude,
go ahead
no,
with
like
your
we
story.
came home and we all came back here and played like Munchkin, but we were like too hammered to even get past like the first round. But Colin has this little ornament of the Hulk, and I bit his freaking eyebrows off.
I was looking at that earlier. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I bit him right off, dude, and I bit his ear off too. And I was just chewing on his face. I haven't done that since I was a kid, but I just felt like chewing the shit out of the Hulk's face. And so he's disfigured now. He's
he's
still
about-
sitting on our table.
Yeah, but he's been on almost every episode of Daddio Patio.
Yeah.
But now he's missing
Special
an ear
guest.
and an eyebrow. Wait, he still, he did have an ear. All right, I
Yeah,
see it.
I ate that. It's gone.
Damn.
But yeah, sometimes that happens, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you have
Sometimes
to
you
do
just
it.
chew on figurines.
Yeah,
Dude, you know what's weird? Like, you guys have like a stationary spot for Daddio Patio, and you've probably recorded like every episode there. But I've recorded Daddio Patio in like so many different places.
We were gonna
like,
record
now that I think
Daddio
about it.
Patio at the Chanel West Coast concert tonight at the
Yeah,
Mad
we were gonna turn up a little
Reggie
bit.
just goes, you just need to like record at the Chanel West Coast show, and we were like, no.
Dude, we really do
No.
need to do it like we used to, like as soon as Andy gets back in town, we need to like
Do a brunch episode.
brunch limousine. Oh wait, we're not supposed to talk about this, right?
Well, we can talk about this one though.
We'll have to kill the
blackout
whole viewing audience.
The blackout drunk episode that really needs to
boy.
happen,
That would be that'd be
and
interesting.
we'll see which Daddio survives that episode.
Which Daddio will survive?
Dude,
Do you
We'll
remember
be a lot more
MXC?
versatile
Oh yeah,
once I get there.
dude. What about
We'll be able to
what about a
fulfill all
murder
our
mystery
dreams.
episode where
A
we like
murder
set it up
mystery
like
episode?
look at the smallest swirl of that snail
was looking at
shell.
this
It's
earlier.
beautiful, man. It's perfect.
It's
It is a nice swirl.
unbelievable. Like
That was an acorn for a second.
Those are like
nature made this.
perfect circles. The golden ratio.
Damn.
Yeah, the golden ratio.
Oh my
There's
god.
just a shell on the table, and it's just so.
entrancing.
That is the
It's
golden
great, man.
ratio.
We're
I
like,
just keep
oh.
thinking of those fucking snails having sex, man, and I want that sex so bad.
Trying to slug
Ever since
everybody.
that day, man, I've never had sex
Oh, dude.
quite
Wants
that
to
good.
slug me.
Yeah,
Bitch,
we were
slug
talking about
me.
that on
Bitch,
one of
slug
the
me.
last episodes.
Yeah, that was last week's episode,
Like-
I think.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to revisit.
yeah, it's
good
so
things.
beautiful.
But if we're,
If you haven't seen,
We can't
Hey, but if we're-
reiterate enough, like that you have to watch Microcosmos. To
just
see
for
this
the
thing.
snail
yeah,
sex scene alone,
microcosmos is very important.
dude.
Yeah,
But the one thing is, I mean, if we're talking about monsters, dude, insects are monsters
terrifying.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, they're
was
just
trying to go
really
to
little.
sleep, a week and a half ago, like I turned on my light to go up and take a piss, and like freaking biggest house centipede in the universe, like was on my wall. And this thing had a face. It could like turn its neck. It was that big. And dude, it was huge, man. I swear to God, it was like the size of my index finger. Like, and it was like, it was terrible, man. They're terrible looking animals. But anyway, it was going up my wall and shit. Like, and it kept going up to the corner, and then it couldn't grip the ceiling, so it would just fall straight down, and then it'd go up the sides
my
and
God.
fall straight down around my bed. This thing, like when it hit the ground, there was like a weightiness to it because this thing probably weighed half a pound. It was,
Why didn't you demolish it?
dude. Because they eat the spiders. House centipedes eat all the
Oh,
spiders
okay,
in your
yeah.
house. So, I mean, there's a good thing to them.
Good
I
yeah. I feel bad killing bugs because like
You're ending
every
their
day
existence.
of their life. Yeah, I've said this probably multiple times on Daddio Patio before, but dude, like they're in it way harder than you are. Like your day is like you got to get in your car and like go to work and then like come home or whatever. Like they're just like butt naked screaming for a mate that's probably gonna eat their face after they have sex with them once. And like,
100%
it's
true.
and, like And their lives are just so hard. They're trying to just barely get like home or eat or something, just like trying to survive, and you just like smash them because you think they're gross. Like that's bullshit, dude. They're in the struggle so hard.
Every time someone stomps out a spider, I just picture their son like 10 feet away, like Mom.
No, dude. Speaking of spiders, earlier this week, it was a good sized spider. It was like the size of a quarter. And I see it like crawl across my wall, and fucking cat bus is going crazy, like trying to get this thing. And it gets to this one point in the corner, and I'm like, oh shit. So I take a dab and just hold it in and just let the biggest rip out ever at the spider. And this thing stayed all night into like at least half the day. Like I woke up and it was still just in one spot. Like, I blew that spider's mind, man. Dude. I blew that spider's mind.
It probably had the mind of a human for a second.
He was like, oh my god, everything makes sense. Like,
if an animal like woke up with a human mind all of a sudden, like how would that affect them?
It'd be like the Fifth Element when she wakes up in the tube and just starts like freaking out.
Oh yeah.
And then punches the guy like and steals this. That's exactly.
Well, you have this whole new faculty, like this whole new thing, like dimension in your brain, like just consciousness. You're just like, oh my god, I'm a spider. I'm naked on the wall. I'm in my own web, jiggling around. Like, dude, animals are crazy, man.
Dude, it'd be like when
dude.
It'd be like
that's why the Animorphs is the sickest books.
If like you automatically woke up with an insect brain.
That's what I'm saying. What would you do in that situation? Like,
dude, I feel like we just go back to insect brain whenever we get like super drunk. We're just like
human mind in a spider body. Like if you just woke up as a spider.
Dude,
what do you think your first action would be? I'd be like, okay, I'm a spider. Okay, so what's my next move?
Kill yourself? Dude, if I was a spider, I would kill myself immediately, dude. I can't be that. Come on. It's a spider, dude.
Yeah, but you're looking at it now as yourself.
If you were actually a spider, though, you got to put yourself in
I'd kill myself.
Those eight-leggeds.
First thing I would do is dive into the vents and freaking probably start making some type of like hideout there, and then pouncing on cockroaches with my fangs and sucking their blood out.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely play with the butt web thing for at least a good solid 2 weeks,
dude. Yeah. And then
I would just be like, "This is fucking sick," and shoot some webs out and see what's going on with that.
Dude,
I went to the Natural History Museum the other day to go see the pterodactyl exhibit, which I didn't end up seeing because it's really expensive and
the
I
whole
didn't
exhibit's
spend a bunch of money.
dedicated to pterodactyls.
Whoa, how much?
Yeah, dude, I gotta go before I leave.
How much was it?
I gotta go before I leave. Oh, dude, I don't know. It was like 20 something, but I needed food and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm broke.
Did you guys know this? This is a fun fact. You know, pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs. They're just flying reptiles. Isn't that interesting?
Thanks for ruining my childhood.
Dude, I think it makes them like
why
more
are they
interesting.
in the same curriculum?
They're like a whole nother like deal. They're like separate from the dinosaurs. They're like I think it's kind of cool.
You know,
they're like the legendary birds of Pokemon.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Man.
Yeah, I knew they weren't dinosaurs because in that game Carnivores for like Windows 95, when you shot a pterodactyl, it didn't register.
Yeah, the aircraft.
So if it didn't register,
I forgot that you can play that on the iPhone too. God damn.
We need to talk about carnivores. There's a lot to talk about.
It's so fucking good. Oh my god.
with monsters.
Oh my god.
All right, let's talk about this.
That was like the first game that like was like so real that it was like terrifying to me. Like I was like, holy I actually feel like I'm being hunted by a velociraptor right now.
It's still terrifying.
Dude, you shoot your gun and there's one nearby, it's gonna hear your sound and just come up and rip your heart out from behind. It's terrifying. It shakes your body around.
Dude, and the thing is, you get one shot with the T-Rex too, because it'll chase you until you're dead. Like it will never stop chasing you. And you have to shoot the T-Rex directly in the pupil. That's the only way to kill it. You can't shoot it anywhere else. You got to shoot it right in its eye. But it's got a super sense of smell, so you can't get close to shoot it in the eye. So, like, dude, it's just hard for so many reasons.
And dude, it runs so fast, too.
Has anybody ever shot the T-Rex?
Oh, yeah, I've shot it.
More than
100
dude,
at least.
But, Lance, do you remember what the biggest T-Rex you ever shot was? How many tons?
No idea.
Dude, I had a gallery of huge ones. I used to send screenshots of Tony, like, every day when I would shoot a new one while I was taking a dump. I'd, like, text him one. And then we try to outdo each other all the time. But, yeah, dude, Carnivores, that's such a good game, man.
That was,
like, dude, there's
the
Ice Age one, too, and, like, the most dangerous animal in that one was a Yeti. And, like, it was, like, terrifying, too, because it's, like, a human chasing you through the forest.
I would just give up. I would just let it kill me.
What I'm amazed at with that game is like it came out so long ago, but it still like holds up really well now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they
like, it was like
updated it.
way ahead of its time.
They just put it on. They just put it on the iPhone, and well, they didn't just do it, but like a couple years ago, and like they updated the graphics and stuff. But that game is amazing. If you're into like dinosaurs and hunting, you need to get Carnivores because that game is amazing. It'll take your life.
Yeah, and I've introduced new people to it that didn't play it when they were a kid, and they loved it. So it's not just nostalgia.
No,
it's awesome. It's a genuinely good game.
Because it's one of those things where like it's dangerous to do, like while you're hunting and stuff. But like, it's like so satisfying to get like a bigger like T-Rex than your friend did, or a bigger Allosaurus or something like.
But now you can
you can share
too.
it. You could share it on Facebook too. Yeah, like you could shoot a big T-Rex and put it on your social networks for your sister-in-law to see or whatever. You know, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy. But yeah, dude. Freaking, there's been a lot of monsters in the games that we played.
Yeah.
What about do you guys remember playing? Oh well, of course we do. Ocarina of Time, Bongo Bongo, one of the sickest, coolest villains ever.
I don't even know.
He was the Shadow Temple. Yeah.
Bongo Bongo was so.
Did you have to
cool and
shoot him in the eye or his hand, or he put his hands up? And
Yeah,
shoot him in the balls?
he hit both hands and then his eye.
Mhm.
But
Dude,
just fought him on a giant bongo drum.
if any of you guys are really interested in like Ocarina of Time, like the game and stuff, watch this guy's video on YouTube. It's well, they like not Twitter, but Twitch does this thing where like they do like a charity event where like somebody beats a game as fast as they can. This guy named Runner Guy, 8924. I don't know what it is, but he beats the game 100% in like 5 hours. And watch how he plays it. He knows like every like cheat move, how to like. He doesn't even like run through the fields. He like lays down a bomb, then uses his shield to block it, and it makes him like go really fast backwards for like. It's amazing, man. Like, but you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But check it out if you're into that shit. It's
chances are that if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, you're not listening to Daddio Patio.
That's very true. Dude, that game was like.
I'm on Daddio Patio and I haven't played Ocarina of Time.
Whoa! Put your thumb on the table
right now.
See you
guys. I was just gonna make a terrible confession. I've never beaten a Zelda game in my life.
Whoa!
Oh my
Ever.
god! Oh my
is
god!
this?
I'm a piece of shit for making my last statement.
Who the hell? What the hell you been doing?
Well,
with your life?
you think you know your friends, and then they drop these kind of bombs on you.
Yeah,
You know?
dude, that's unbelievable. That's
But whatever.
unforgivable.
I beat Mike Tyson. I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like one of the
That's
few
true.
people
I've
you
never
even
done
know in your life.
Okay, but how many times did you actually beat Mike Tyson, or did you start the
Three.
game at Mike
Three
Tyson?
times.
Did you start the game at Mike Tyson and then beat him?
Dude, I still beat him.
No.
That doesn't mean I didn't beat Mike
No.
Tyson.
Oh,
You
shit,
gotta
yeah.
beat it from beginning to end to be a real champion, dude.
Stop being a fucking Glass Joe, all right?
You got lucky, dude. Okay, it's you gotta go from beginning to end.
Ask anybody who's had trouble with Mike Tyson, and they'll look into your eyes and say 007-373-5963, because that terrible number is burned into their brain to have to retry and retry, because that game, it's harder to beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out than it would be to kick his ass in real life, dude. It's crazy.
Like, how many times did you have to knock him down? Like 7 times or something, or like 8 times?
I don't know, but you only can get knocked down 3 times, so it's total bullshit. And the whole first 90 seconds, if you get hit once, you're down, like, immediately. So you gotta dodge every punch and not hit him for the first 90 seconds, which is ridiculous.
God
But
damn.
yeah, dude.
I tried to beat
so-
Mike Tyson once, and I was like, I'm over this. Like, I'm gonna break something. Like, something is gonna be broken in half.
The first time I did it, I was 19, living at Upstairs Lounge with Ian. And I did it in the middle of the night by myself. So, and I had this game since I was born. Like, I was born and it was already in my house. Like, so I had all my life to beat this game, and it took me 19 years. And I finally did it in
Nothing.
the middle of the night by myself one night.
No video
And I-
game accomplishment will ever top Ian's Battletoads 2, though. Like, that is like the most ridiculous game ever, man.
Battletoads and Battlemaniacs
Battletoads 2
is-
is a fucking crime against humanity. The first level is just like the other ones. It's just like the other Battletoads. Like, you're just beating the shit out of pigs and stuff with sticks. But then this second level, you're on a jet ski or some shit. And then after that, you have to, like, ride eels through, like, a fucking maze of Dude, it's like... It's not even a game. It's like a freaking torture device. And,
It is.
It's,
It is.
It's unbelievable. Like, and you have, like, a certain amount of lives, too, right? Like... It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I really thought beating that game was beyond human accomplishment, and the fact that Ian did it is incredible.
How long did it take him to beat that game?
That's amazing.
I have no idea, dude. Every level was like the equivalent of like learning a new instrument. Like it was like so like, dude, it was so complicated and like. The fact that he learned
and
every
none of
single,
them are similar.
Yeah, no level was
them are
the same.
similar.
Every level was a different type of game, and was hard
everything
as
you
shit.
just learned, yeah, like everything you just learned in the last level that took you forever to beat, like you just throw it away immediately as soon as you're on the next.
I'm not kidding, man. There's nothing fun about Battletoads 2 after the first level. You're not having fun at all. You're memorizing. The whole thing is memorization and like determination. Those are the only two things that you
fucking
have.
crushed it.
Yeah, but
God.
seriously, man, it's a ridiculous game.
Wait, is that the one that like, well, you know, Nintendo used to have like a hotline that you could call if you got stuck on a game.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of the ones that was like the #1 called game.
They're probably like, we can't help you with that.
They're like, stop fucking playing Battletoads 2, please stop it.
Dude, that and Russian Attack are the two hardest games that were ever made. Russian Attack is just Contra, only like they drop you into the Soviet base in a neon jumpsuit with just a pocket knife, and you have to kill the entire army. And it's just about as hard as it really would be. It's so fucking hard.
It was a training device.
Yeah,
They're
dude,
like,
they did not think that through at all. They dropped you in the middle of the fucking base with like fluorescent orange like jumpsuits with pocket knives.
I know.
And everybody else
is wearing brown.
And you have to go stab them up close. You can't throw your knife. You got to stab them in the face, like every single one of them. Like, it's insane, man. And there's only like 4 levels, isn't there? But it's still like impossible to beat.
Yeah, I think the whole game is only like 6 levels or something. And it's so ridiculous, dude. Yeah. And
it was 6 levels.
Another thing that's fucked up. Jump is up in it. You have to hit the directional pad up to jump over stuff, and that's so hard. That made like I feel like that's a whole nother thing that made it like impossible. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
The Russian Attack will hurt your self-confidence for sure.
Dude, I've been talking about this lately. I seriously like when I have like a big space for us all to have fun in all the time, which we totally got to get really soon. But whenever I have that, like, I want to get a Dance Dance machine. Like, I don't care how much it costs, because, dude, if you just do, like, 4 or 5 songs a day, you'll be, like, in shape and stuff.
I had a pad. You can buy, like, pads. It's not even a machine.
No,
just like a
I'd rather have the machine.
I would definitely rather have the machine.
You have the bar on there?
Just go to some, like, old
I'm not trying to go out like a bitch and get a pad.
Yeah, don't get no pad.
Yeah.
You gotta get the hard copy.
Well, see, do you want DDR or do you want ITG, though?
You need DDR.
I had the pad, but...
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You need the machine with the handlebars for the extra G-forces when you're about to shoot up into the sky. You're going so hard.
Yeah, dude. Dude, the other night I went to an arcade in Chinatown, and it's like this, like, apparently there's documentaries about it where it's like, it's where all the dudes who are really good at Street Fighter go, and it's like an art, dude. It's fucking crazy. There's like dudes that are like mentors to other like upcoming Street Fighter dudes. It's fucking crazy, man. And they all sit there and just pump quarters into it and like fight each other and stuff. And then of course like there's a whole dance set up when there's like all these dudes dancing like crazy and stuff. It was like, you know, in Ninja Turtles, like when they're trying to recruit people into the Foot Clan or whatever, and they bring them into that like badass place where he gives them like the menthol cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was just like that, dude. I like went down these stairs and there's like all these people like doing all this crazy shit, and it's all in Chinese and stuff. It was awesome, dude. It's so cool.
Dude, I'm trying to go there.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
Did you see
Come
some
out
like
here,
crazy
man.
Street
Peaches,
Fighter
I'll take you there.
Yes, please take me there. We gotta
It's
go
pretty
there.
sick,
We gotta
man.
go Pearls too. I've been told to go to Pearls.
Go where?
Pearls.
Well, I can't understand what you're saying.
Pearls. Pearls.
What is that, like a strip club or something?
No, some bar that someone told me to go to. Like in one week I've heard it like 4 different times, and I was like, oh, that's strange.
All right, here's something. Speaking of monsters, there's some monsters at the strip club. I would guess, because I don't know, because I've never been to one in my entire life. I've never been to a strip club. Is that weird?
No, not at all.
Didn't you just say there was monsters in strip clubs?
Yeah, there's monsters in there, both dancing and watching.
No, okay, yeah.
And
That's
bouncers,
very.
too. At the
I thought you
door-
had like a first-hand experience
door
with the
is, like,
monsters
a
in the
very
strip
big
club.
monster.
Well, dude, I
was
mean,
ready for a story.
all the
Fucking-
activities are. I mean, the monsters watching they're there at like 3 or 4 in the morning, highly intoxicated and out of their minds, and then the strippers. I don't know if they're monsters.
They prey
but
on
they're
those
like,
monsters' wallets.
yeah, that's true. They got that mindset, but
they're monsters themselves.
yeah, they're all, they got broken backgrounds and stuff. I kind of feel sorry for them, but at the same time, yeah, they are after your money. They don't give a shit about you.
They're the
Not
monster
that I,
that used
you know,
to be good. Got
I don't
turned
know about any
into
of this.
There is this
Monster.
19-year-old girl that I go to school with that was short for cash and ended up getting hired at the penthouse and then she stayed there for 3 days and made about $3,700 in 3 days.
$3,700
Yeah, dude.
in 3 days.
Backed out. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, backed out. What are you doing backing out?
Damn,
man?
dude. Well, I mean, she probably
I'll
wasn't just
strip for that.
dancing.
She's 19.
Well, yeah, dude.
Think about that. She's 19.
I'm 19. I'm trying to show some ween for that money.
Dude, yeah, well, dude, long Hitler just started stripping, man. It's not a big deal. Like
Me and Greg
you
have been
your whole life
talking.
ahead
Like
of you,
me and
man.
Greg have been talking about being. Greg got offered a webcam model job, and he hasn't been doing it lately. But he was like, "Yo," we were in the car together, and he was like,
Was this like,
"Dude, I got a serious offer," and he's like, "I'm thinking about it, man." And I was like, "Dude, I hear you can eat in front of webcams for some big cash. Like, no crazy shit. You just gotta eat food for those crazy dudes."
God.
And he was just like, no, I kind of just want to like fuck people in front of a webcam. And he was like, he seemed serious about it. I don't know.
Was this like some like Craigslist ad
yeah.
or something?
What?
Some Craigslist ad or something? Or how do you get?
I don't
who
know.
contacted
Oh
you
no, his
about that?
friend did it, and he said he's well off, and he doesn't do shit except
Dude,
have
see,
sex in front of a
The
webcam.
thing is, though, once that's on the internet, that's never gone. Like
It's
when
forever
you're
on the
like
internet.
playing with your wiener in front of a camera and like
I'm not
showing
trying
it
to.
up
I'm not
close
trying
and
to
stuff,
chat
like,
roulette it. I'm trying to do some big things on the webcam. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
I mean,
not trying
I'm
to
just
webcam,
saying,
but
dude.
if I was webcam,
It all depends on where you want to go in your life. Do you want to like?
webcam model for
Yeah, I mean, do you like care that like
I'm gonna
that
go
might
to
get
school
out
for this.
someday, or like where? Do you want to have like a professional career?
I don't really give a shit. I'm just,
If you don't give a shit, I mean, hey, have at it, man. Do
or,
whatever.
or
Go.
do you want
I feel
to?
like the career I'm going.
Do you
if
wanna
they
ever
find
be
out
able
that I'm
to-
fucking jerking off in front of a camera? I'm done for. Like no one's gonna come into that.
Do you ever wanna-
That'd be cool if you were a musician, though. They'd be like, this guy used to jerk off in front of cameras, and now he makes sick music.
Like dirt,
Oh, that'd
dirt
be
nasty
sick,
or whatever.
yeah.
That's a dirt nasty.
Nasty's
Yeah,
life
that's we
story.
said that last week. But dude, yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it. Like, if you want to get naked and dance around or masturbate for money or something, you know, like it's solely your call.
oh,
just-
I'm,
just
I'm not
like-
even backing that life.
Just,
like,
just know the consequences. Like if you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
consequences
all.
And you're
That's
okay,
all I'm saying.
Yeah, and if you're okay with the consequences, then dude, fucking have at it. You know, make
I
some
think
money.
Greg thought
Let loose
about it a little bit.
Yeah.
He was like, all right,
Dude, he should. He would make some good money.
he's good. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's a good-looking
No
guy.
homo.
He's got a big dick.
Huge dick. No homo.
I met a girl in New York who used to be a stripper in Miami, and she like, I don't know, I feel like it really messed with her brain. I feel like she like saw some shit or maybe did some shit or something. I don't know. She wasn't really specific about it, but she pretty much just thinks that not all men, but like most men are like scum now because of like some of the things she like saw and did, and like I don't know, man. I feel like it totally like jaded her. Like again, she wasn't super specific about it, and she didn't tell me like everything, but it seemed like she had like some bad experiences.
Well, yeah,
being
man.
a
Oh, yeah,
stripper
for
in
Dude, if
Miami.
everybody's just treating her like a piece of
Oh,
meat,
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
she's gonna like start, feeling like a piece of meat, and then turn
Or-
that against. I mean, like the people that are. I mean,
Like-
like you gotta have like respect for other
Everybody's
human
meat.
beings, man.
You can't get that everybody's
Well, I
meat.
feel like it. I feel like it did positive things for her though, because she's like really smart and like so.
Dude, that's one thing,
instead
man.
of
Well, she became like very street smart about it.
Just because somebody's like a prostitute or like a stripper or anything like
That
doesn't mean they're
a bad
stupid.
per- yeah, no,
they,
no,
no, never.
they just
well,
fall
no,
into
no,
those
yeah, no.
circumstances.
In
But
fact,
this girl
in
has-
fact, a lot of them are smart enough to realize that this is an easy opportunity for money if they're
Oh
just
my
willing to
God.
weather the
Well, they're
consequences.
seeing the dumbasses that like come to them, like those, and these people that are dumbasses are like smart, like during their day lives, but then they're dumbasses because they need to like fulfill that sexual desire,
They
so
should
they
get that
they
quick release.
Yeah.
throw all their money on the fucking table and like,
But,
so that they get to see like
but-
this other like reptilian side to people, and kind of like
Well, see, that's it. That's exactly
Squid
what I was
explode.
getting to. Is like, is she saw that and she was like telling me that she she pretty much doesn't want to do anything where she benefits just from her appearance or from like other people's sex drive or anything like that for a career ever again. And she wants to be like, she wants to basically like make a living based on the value of like her brain, intelligence, and personality, which is interesting. Like that, it just like
fucking beautiful.
Yeah, not knocking on like models and stuff, but I never really like understood how that could be like a satisfying like career choice. Like I feel like you're not really like using any skills except for just like your exterior, and you're not really like putting. Go ahead.
Well, you're putting like a little physical work into it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like art or something, I don't know.
This comes back kind of personally to me because pretty much all I do in New York City now is I sell my image as a Brooklyn hipster to a different person like 3 times a week or whatever. So I'm like on TV as a Brooklyn hipster, like, you know, like on 3 or 4 different shows like every week, and I'll like never watch it and I don't care and stuff. And this is why I'm taking a break from it, is because it's just like I'd rather be like, I'm fulfilled by making things like Daddio Patio and like making music with Trap Daddy 500 and stuff like that. You know, like that's more fulfilling than
Dude,
like
definitely, man.
I'm just like them whores on the street. I'm just selling shit that
I knew it.
just like them.
I'm a
Dude,
prostitute.
Man, everybody's a whore, man. If you really think about
Everybody's
it.
a fucking whore.
Oh yeah. We have to whore ourselves out.
Whore is not a word.
How else do you?
Anybody that's trying to like get ahead in life has to whore out some of their life. I mean, you can't just like hold on to like all of your ego. You got to drop some of it if you want to like progress, because you're working with other people, and that's just the way. That's the way it is. And if you want to evolve, you can't just be totally self-absorbed. You got to like let go of some of that and
basically you got to let go. You want to succeed in life, you got to let go of your ego. You got to let it drop. You got to let it die. You got to live for the world. You got to live for each other, and you know, and move forward. There's no sense of fucking living.
I feel like
holding on to
as
that.
far as ego death, like I feel like that should happen in like increment, like in just like one time, but like not fully. I mean, like because like when you die, that's when it's full ego death.
Yeah.
But throughout your life, you do need your ego to like do things, because you need to be like taking care of yourself and everything
To survive, yeah.
Exactly.
Your ego is a survival mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And that's the pleasure in learning things from like hallucinogens and everything, is because you like, I guess you don't entirely kill it, or at least I never have, but you silence it a little bit more, and like you get to see things anew throughout, like without the filter of like your weird survival mechanisms and your ego and your self-preservation and all that.
Yeah.
And I do feel like a lot of the time tripping and taking that in increments, like you said, is what prepares you for the final one, which is death. And then I feel like you will be able to better accept your own mortality and death and whatever happens to you if you've faced it a few times in life through experience or tripping or whatever it is, you know?
Well, each trip, like, little by little, unless you, like you said, like, let go of yourself a little bit, but it also takes that person next to you and, like, you become more open to them. Like, you become more sympathetic, more, like, willing to help. Like, you want to know more about that person.
Well, you realize that they're like an equal to you. And
yeah,
like,
exactly.
as
Like, anybody on the street, just ask them, like, what do you do? Like,
I always look at it like this, like as far as like people that are like really self-absorbed or just like in a period in their life where they're just kind of like, I don't know, but like you can either like look at yourself as like an outside, like the world, you're like in the world and you're just kind of this outside source and just being like oppressed by the world, or you can see it as you're just like part of the world. You're part of the ground you step on, the sky above you, like you're like a part of it. You're like an expression of it, and like not so much like a separate entity. You're like the same thing,
right?
And I mean, I like psychedelics. I'm sure do that, but
we're all
still don't
on
know.
here for like one purpose, and like, why would you want to hurt everybody else? It's like stuck in this time loop that you're in as well. Like,
yeah, this is another thing. Like, I feel like that it's kind of done for me as far as like, I mean, it's not even necessarily just tripping. It's like tripping is just like a faster track to having these kind of realizations. Like, you can do it without drugs, but it's just like a quick way to get there sometimes, like hallucinogens. But I feel like another thing that it's made me kind of realize is like that it's unnecessary to like divide yourself so much from other people. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much hate and there's so much like misunderstanding of like another person's motives and everything, but it's like I don't know, I just don't feel like there's as much of a division between like me and other people, or me and an animal, or me and even like the wood that makes up this room I'm in, or anything. Like, it's just like the division isn't so necessary to make like the way that I had been before. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking nonsense now, but it goes along with what Lance was saying. But
I feel you, bro.
yeah, we got philosophical as shit on the monster
the
episode.
whole thing. Anyway, let's keep going with it. Like the whole thing. Like I always think about like how this whole like mindset of like everybody like be one with each other and stuff like that. That's kind of like the main gist of it. But that's not like. I mean, we're animals. There's that's not like an animal like trait really. Like animals really do like fight and kill each other to survive and stuff. And I almost see like that like connectiveness is almost like on the same like tier as like love, friendship, music, art. Like it's like that connectiveness
Well, yeah,
is like
dude,
it's like a whole nother thing because like we all our survival like needs are like met, and so like we can actually like start thinking about this connectiveness as like
Yeah, it's the hierarchy of needs, man.
Yeah.
So like all of our base level needs are met enough through like, well, not all of them, but most of them, enough to where we have the luxury to be able to treat each other that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's different when we're all starving and we start eating each other and stuff. Like then it's like. But I do feel like empathy is like the triumph of humanity.
Yeah.
Like it's like
we shouldn't
we've
forget
gotten
those base
so.
level needs, and I mean like we shouldn't forget like that's how far we've come now. You know,
yeah.
like worrying
Yeah.
about food. Is,
Well, that's
like,
what I mean.
Food is and like it's a necessity, but it's something we don't have to really worry about. Like nowadays.
At least on this side of the world, man. Other people like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
which is crazy to think about. But
But even the animals and the bugs and everything that consumes each other on our planet and what we've observed and everything, like all these things happen because they're part of a cycle that's a greater order than just that little one. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like feeding into the greater pattern. Like it's like, yeah, you have this pattern that's your lifespan and everything, but there's a greater one that you must be part of, and that's
Yeah.
part of accepting death. You know.
yeah,
Like, and that's part of the reason that animals feed on one another and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking.
it's dude. I mean, it's beyond us. It's beyond our
beyond
minds. Like
It is.
we can try to wrap
We
our
can
minds
gist
around it, but like, dude, like we were born in this. It's like way more complicated than we could possibly ever explain. But
Yeah.
it
Listen to
can be
that,
scary, but it can also be beautiful.
Yeah, no, and I think that that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Charles Bukowski wrote a poem called "Born Into This." You ever get a second?
Oh,
I've seen
that's off the
I saw that
MF
on
Doom.
Netflix.
It's
MF
beginning.
Doom, he samples
Oh
it.
wow, that is a really cool fucking. Cells, right?
Yeah, Cells.
that's crazy. It's
It puts a lot of things in perspective, just like very, very quickly. So just look up Charles Bukowski, Born Into This.
There's actually a documentary on Netflix.
It's called Born,
Born
Into
Into
This,
This,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's and yeah, you don't want everything to be like beautiful because obviously that takes away like from it. Like you need like the negativity to like give it its beauty in the first place.
I
There's
feel
gotta
like
be
you need to like recognize the negativity, accept that it is there, but not accept it into your life. You know, like
Oh yeah,
you can be bummed out for a second, but like I don't know,
it feels better to be in the positive like groove.
it
yeah,
does. It
like,
does.
There's no reason to not.
Yeah.
Like you're a fucking human.
Yeah, it's just like it's stupid to project any of it that's unnecessary. Like if you can will yourself through and like think it through and see why not to, then it's like better not.
And
to.
if
But if it's like
and just think about like people that are negative, like it hurts like their health, their mental health. Like it actually like negatively like impacts them
The
themselves
entire life, their
and the
image.
people around them.
Like-
So just look at that alone, and just that tells you that like being positive is like the right path for yourself, even from like a healthful like point of view. Like it's just like the right thing to do, and like you gotta have empathy for other people and not just yourself.
Well, it's just like when people say,
Dude, it's-
like when
it's-
people say they hate something, it's just like I don't believe them. Like I do not believe that they hate like whatever it is.
Well, yeah, everybody's just projecting like anger like quickly.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
this guy
that's-
cut me off. Fuck him. I hope he dies.
Yeah.
It's like shit. But
yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's a weird world out there, you know.
It's
But,
strange. It's strange, you know. And there's also always gonna be those people that are gonna be there to try to bring you down.
yeah,
See what you're doing, and are gonna go out of their way to like bring you and everything else down.
Dude, yeah.
dude, yeah.
You
for
know,
sure.
to be honest, I really don't understand that. Like, I know that people say like, oh, they feel shitty, so they want to bring you down
That's-
too and stuff.
that's
But like,
the
I
reason why-
can't understand
It's
that.
a, it's,
I know
it's a
I know,
a
but-
defense mechanism. Like they have all these defense mechanisms, and like
they're always
they
defensive.
see you
they're
going
never
up.
offensive.
Yeah, well, they need to like just try to correct that. I know it's probably like deeply set in their mind, but they need to try to correct it because, like, yeah, they see other people doing good and they see that their life isn't getting any better, so they just try to hurt other people to bring them down to their level, basically, to like make themselves feel better.
That's fine.
Which is a terrible thing. Like you
just need to know how
try
to
to
take
improve
it.
yourself. Don't try to like bring other people down and like.
Yeah.
These are all very basic things that we're saying, but like it's just something you need to like remind yourself of like all throughout your life.
Yeah, it's just nice once in a while to be like, all right, yeah, fuck you, all right, I'm doing things right, like.
Yeah, I mean you're taught like in kindergarten, you know, like treat others with respect and all that, and like it's like
you can call it the golden rule. For
yeah,
a reason, you know?
you like, but like it's still like you need to keep reminding yourself of that, like it's the right thing to do. Just because.
Yeah, because it's easy to get caught up in the details of little things, and that's why it's good to change things up and like remove yourself from it occasionally and stuff, you know, like through I don't know,
and like,
travel or conversation with friends.
Exactly what I was just gonna say, man.
Like
putting your like connecting your mind with like somebody else, I think is like one of the or writing for me is like one of the best things to like kind of like ease like because you like you see the other people have your thoughts and it gets your thoughts out of spinning. I can't even talk right now. It gets your brain, it gets your thoughts in your brain out into another person's brain as opposed to just ticking in there all day long and stuff. And like it just kind of feels better to like talk it out and stuff like that and like yeah.
Yeah, and when you feel it resonate in another person, it feels like so good, and it's so weird how good it feels.
It's
and then
immediate.
Like also when. Yeah, and then like when they respond with something that like maybe makes you realize something new, it's like it's incredible, man. It's like I was reading that Ralph Waldo Emerson essay about friendship, and man, basically the theme of it pretty much is friendship is magical.
Yeah,
and that's absolutely true, man. That's like one of the few things I can commit to in life is the idea that friendship is absolutely magical, man.
It 100% is.
Oh, for sure.
Like
for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like friendship, like. I don't know, man. It just carries you throughout your life. It improves everything in your life. Like, dude, it's magical. But one thing about that friendship book, I had the actual book, and I let Rob Pohlman borrow it, and I never saw it again. So we're not friends anymore. Son of a bitch, he borrowed my friendship book and never gave it back.
But see, that's
he didn't learn shit.
That always made me wonder. It's like, why would you not want to be friends with like the entire world? Like,
yeah,
dude, I just said that. I just said that the other day. I went to the Natural History Museum, and I was sitting on the train with somebody, and I was like talking to them, and I was like, isn't it weird that because everyone was like commuting alone besides us. It was weird. So the whole train was like silent, but it was just packed with people like shoulder to shoulder, and we were the only voices that you could hear. And I was like, isn't it weird that like we're the only people talking, and like not all these people are just like they're just not friends. Like I feel like it's weird when you go out to a restaurant and everybody's like at separate tables and like or they like don't look each other in the eyes and stuff. It's like why? Like
dude,
why isn't everybody just friends?
Like your peripherals and then like your friends sitting at a table is like an orb of like friendliness and openness and
dude,
like
I like by myself like all the time. But I make it a point to go, like, if they have a bar, I'm going to sit there and eat. But I make sure to just find that one person sitting by themselves and just sitting right next to them. Like, you know, the conversation.
Well, dude, you guys know about, like, I'm all about moderation. Like, unless I'm really drunk, then I'm just all out. But, like, as far as, like I feel like you, like, be nice to everybody, but, like, don't try to, like, don't have too many friends, or have, like, a few close friends. Like, because if you try to, like, be friends with just everybody, you're going to, like, have to act one way for one person, act one way for another person. And like you're just gonna like get yourself all like you're gonna get into an acting mind, and you need to be yourself.
That's a good point.
I didn't mean that everyone in the train should be like committed friends to each other. We have to like call each other on their mom's birthday or something. Like,
don't just like be withdrawn.
If you're gonna pass this guy like 4 or 5 times a week, like why not like fucking know that person's name and know a little bit about him? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Chop it up in the fucking train station every day, like. You guys can be no further friends than that, but like that's still friendship.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Someone you see every day, but you're not gonna invite them over for fucking dinner, like.
Yeah,
family
but then when you're super friendly to everyone, that's how you let in the one that cuts your throat in the middle of the night and makes your face into a mask and wears it
that's why you sleep with
at your funeral.
Yeah, you talk to the wrong guy, man.
You sleep with a grenade,
and that's what, and this is what horror movies are about.
Dude, monsters are just things. Monsters don't have friends. That's it. That's how you become a monster, man. Is you lose your friends.
No, not.
No, that's true. That's all a monster is someone with no
monster
friends.
is just somebody with no friends.
That's so much fucking
Dude, that's
true.
what Maurice was in Little Monsters, and then he made friends with, well, he stayed a monster, but I mean, yeah, never mind. I don't know, that doesn't make sense, but Little Monsters is awesome. And, yeah, a monster is just somebody with no friends, that's it.
Like Grendel, like in the Beowulf series.
Oh,
I don't know
Grendel,
if
yeah.
if you actually read
Yeah.
the book Grendel itself, like
Grendel.
he doesn't he's like completely alone and like being like solitary all the time.
What do you think of the remake of Beowulf with Angelina Jolie as Grendel's mother?
I didn't like her as the mother, but I thought a lot of the movie was alright. Like
I thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
And I thought she was sexy as hell.
well, that's the thing. Like in the books, well, actually, it doesn't really talk about. I don't know. Like,
They never explain her like appearance at all.
Yeah, well, I know
She's just a figure.
and Grendel's like Grendel, the book is like completely. It's like John Gardner, I think, wrote it. That's separate from obviously like the old saga that was written like by some blind monk or some shit. But like the thing is like he talks about his mother being like perverse and like just completely grotesque and like this horrible creature and stuff. Like so like I was expecting her to be like the darkest, like deepest monster, and I didn't expect her to be like beautiful. That was kind of weird.
That's when I kind of like. I don't know. I kind of like weighed that way with it because it's like what's almost more grotesque than a pure like entrancing beauty, like that you want to lose everything of yourself to satisfy that person, that you want to lose your life, your figure, like your family, your friends, everything to like appreciate this one person. That's pretty grotesque, and that's why I really liked like how they made Grendel's mother like that sexy.
Yeah. Did you watch the director's cut?
No,
dude, it's pretty. They would like Grendel like eats people's heads off and like chews on them and stuff, and it's like shows it. It's like pretty. It's pretty awesome.
throw some slow motion on it.
Yeah, man. Like I thought that movie was like real. I didn't know it was like a 3D movie until I bought it, and I was like, "What the hell? This is all fake."
Dude, when he's like, when he's trying to, when he's trying to, yeah, because that was like 6 years ago. But,
Yeah.
when he's like trying to swim across the sea, oh, dude.
Dude, that was cool.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Beowulf, like, please just like do yourself a.
The whole movie is just wow. I'm gonna beat up Cobra. Cobra's texting. He's saying, "Yo, I'm done." Son of a.
He thinks this is a fucking joke.
Yeah, he's a joke.
He's a fucking
He's
joke.
a joke.
But no, like the whole thing, like Grendel's just or Beowulf is just a badass. The whole thing is about like a warrior. Like the reason why Beowulf the story is like still around is because it's about like a warrior, and then he conquers the monster, and then
Becomes
what?
king.
Well, yeah, and then what happens after that? Like most stories, they conquer the monster, and then like that's the end of the story. But it kind of shows like what he does after that, and like that's kind of interesting.
But they still keep him to like the same T. Like he doesn't lose like his hero instinct.
Yeah, but he just has to linger around like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, there it goes.
Dude, like so he freaking thirst for battle, but he's got to like just sit on a throne.
So we got 3 minutes. Ultimate.
Yeah,
ultimate final topic here.
Ultimate final topic.
Final topic.
Yeah,
Favorite monster.
What's your favorite monster?
Shit. Damn.
I like Nosferatu a lot. He's just very.
That thing's creepy as shit.
Yeah,
it's very fucking
Very
creepy.
creepy.
but
Especially just like how it's filmed. Like
that's the whole thing. It's just so. It's not modernized.
Wasn't there
It's just how a monster would really look to me. If there, I mean, there are monsters.
Wasn't there a Are You Afraid of the Dark where like that movie comes alive and Nosferatu comes like
I think
comes
it's
out of
something similar, dude. I forgot about that.
it? You know what I'm talking about?
They
Like,
in the theater, he actually comes out.
he
of the
comes
screen.
out of it. Yeah,
Is
he
it
comes
Nosferatu?
yeah, it's no, or it's like something similar to
Yeah,
Nosferatu.
dude, I
but
remember
it's
that,
like,
man. Shit.
God, that was the scariest thing as a kid ever.
Oh yeah, dude. It like comes out of the screen and like levitates towards him.
Jesus Christ.
Dude.
I don't know, there's so many monsters I can go on.
I know,
and
man.
explain.
If you, I mean, not saying that you're singling anything out, but if you had to choose,
Like if I woke up in the middle of the night
Hey,
and saw this one, oh shit.
yeah.
Man.
I know that's. I can't believe I just came up with Nosferatu, but that's kind
Dude,
of how it is.
was it
for me.
Cloverfield? That was like when
Cloverfield was fucking
Cloverfield was-
terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking crazy.
God, that was a good movie.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love that movie.
Just like
If someone's like really bad at filming, I always like. I'm just
I don't know
like,
anything in a
is this fucking
big
the filmer Cloverfield or some shit? What is this?
anything in a big like city destruction like mindset that was like they're there to fuck the entire city up. And,
Yeah.
like, you know, like the army and things are called in to like try to stop it. That is what I'm terrified.
Dude,
Like,
you know, watch.
Yeah.
I just watched Pacific Rim. Like, it's actually like really good.
I've never seen that.
Dude,
Nah,
yeah,
it's
it's
good.
I never saw that either.
Yeah, like if you like Cloverfield, you'll like Pacific Rim, man. It's really, really interesting.
Love Cloverfield.
Dude.
It's made by the same guy who made Pan's Labyrinth. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, that was fucked.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Right.
so like.
Can I have 2 favorite monsters, or is that wrong?
No,
No,
everybody
have
can
a
have 2
million
favorites.
favorites.
You can
yeah,
have,
I
you can have
I
whatever.
can't even come up with one.
Or I'll go King
We
Ghidorah.
All right,
as
get a
like
top 5 if you
Oh,
want.
Yeah, King
I mean,
Ghidorah is like a sub. if
top
you have to
5
give me a name.
monsters. Dude, okay, well, number 1 has got to be Howie Mandel, because he freaking played Maurice in Little Monsters, and that was awesome. And then he followed the ideal career path, which is
Deal or
become
no
a
deal.
game show host.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is exactly what I want to do with my life. I want to play
Professional
monsters
germ
and then become a game show host at the end
Shave
of my
all your
career.
hair except
Dude,
for your
that's
soul
a-
pad.
that is-
Professional germ free.
So that's number 1. And the second one is, dude, I've been watching a bunch of Pokemon lately, like the old ones, when I go to sleep, because it's like calms my mind. It reminds me of
it's
like
so
being a
good.
child and
Yeah.
stuff. But like, yeah, the Indigo League. Don't watch those new ones. The old ones are the best.
Yeah,
But
sure.
in the first episode, when he leaves, he goes through all his shit with Pikachu, and then like he's like walking on the trail, and then he sees Ho-Oh, that legendary bird that like wasn't even like, it was like the 152nd of the original 151. So it was like even more like secret than Mew and stuff. And it like flies over him like on this rainbow, and it's like glittering like neon green and stuff like that. And he looks up at it and just sees it pass, and he like has no idea what it is, but he's like overwhelmed with joy, and he can't like help but notice the beauty of it. And I want to fucking be like that, dude. I
Andy.
want to fly through the sky.
Andy.
And Ho-Oh is just doing its thing too, because it's not even doing it to impress him. That's just how it lives,
It
and
just
it's
shoots
just
rainbows
beautiful
out.
like
No,
that.
yeah, well, if
It's
you
just
look,
an example
if
for
you
how
look at gold,
everything should be.
the description of Ho-Ho is if you see his 7 tails fly in the air, you will experience eternally, or you'll be eternally happy for the rest of your life.
Dude.
Yeah, well, of course. But so it's like, what would make Ash more happy than being on a Pokemon journey, or
Oh,
being
yeah.
10 and a Pokemon journey forever?
Dude, that's
It's
the way
like,
to live, man.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Dude, Andy.
Ho-Oh is the best.
That's how I wanna
I'll
die.
agree with that. I'll agree with that.
I sent a like Van Sant was asking me about something, and I was like, it was like something that might have been like stressful or something. I was like, no, dude, this is how I'm living. And I sent that picture to him, like of Ho-Oh flying over the rainbow with that golden glitter, and that's seriously my goal in life. That's how I want to live.
Dude, just
So
get,
That's the
that's
deal.
my favorite
get that,
monster.
get
I like that.
Get that tattooed on your neck.
Just like as a tramp stamp, like right across, just like. Jesus, yeah, good point, good call, Andy.
I kind of like the. I don't know if it would be really a monster, the Blair Witch. Like I don't care.
okay.
I don't care what anybody says about that. That's like my favorite horror movie, man, because it's so like well done. Like just kind of like the unseen monster, because like everybody like if you once you see the monster,
It's over.
it takes away from it a lot.
It's over, yeah.
But just
That's
having
true.
that
That's true.
unseen like thing in the forest like mess with you.
That's how a lot of
Fear
shit
of the
is.
unknown.
Yeah, yeah. Fear of the known. Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's like
what
it's like
monsters
reading
are.
a book and watching the movie. It's just kind of like you're actually fucking. There's like an image there that like fits what you had. And it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah. Places like
it's
your,
not
your
upsetting,
own
but it's just
imagination.
kind of like
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
the unknown in the future as the greatest monster
yeah,
known to man.
Damn,
that's very
Peaches,
good.
that's a power move.
Dude, that's what I was thinking, Andy, about like if I was always said I wanted to meet MF Doom, but if I actually met MF
I would
Doom,
never want to meet him.
that's why I like kind of rethought everything, and I was just like, I don't even want to like fucking see a picture of MF Doom ever. I don't want to meet Mad Lib.
No,
I don't want to meet
there's-
anybody.
He wears the mask just to cover the raw flesh, because he's a rather ugly brother, but his flows are gorgeous.
Yeah, hey, we're just about over time here. We want to thank Trap Daddy 500 for joining us.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Zodiac coming soon. I'm gonna neon icon you guys. Maybe it'll be in 2 years. Who knows?
It's gonna
All
be
right.
there.
Yes.
It'll be real.
Andy's on it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Without any further ado,
3, 2, 1.
Daddio!